World's first titanium nonstick pan. It'll blow your hair back. I'm Mike DeGale, 3 Michelin chef.
What if I told you the most painful losses in trading don't come from being wrong, they come from being right? Think about it. You spot the setup, your analysis is on point, the market moves exactly how you predicted, and you're in profit. For a moment, it feels like victory. You've done everything correctly. But then slowly, quietly, almost mockingly, the market takes it all back. And the trade that should have been your win, the proof of your growth, ends up leaving you with nothing but regret. That's the cruel irony of trading. You can be right and still lose. You can read the charts like a pro. You can time your entry.
Look here.
And yet one decision
More plot right here, guys.
turns a green screen into
Look
a
at Polly.
and
I always have
it
to
doesn't just hurt
look
your
at Polly.
It bruises your confidence, your belief in
I
yourself.
got in right here.
Because you don't just feel like you lost money. You feel like you wasted the opportunity that could have changed.
Polly.
And the worst part is, you replay it over and over in your head. You can still see the numbers on your screen, the profit that was once yours. You can
Look
still
here,
remember that
resistance
little
right here,
second
huh?
when you thought, this is it, I've cracked it. And now, instead of celebrating a win, you're left staring at a loss and wondering why you keep letting this happen. It's not that you don't know how to trade. You've studied, you've practiced, you've watched the charts for hours on end. You've seen patterns repeat, you've learned strategies, and you've even proven that your analysis can be right. But what kills you isn't the market moving against your analysis. It's your inability to protect what the market already gave you. That's the heartbreak of trading, not losing to bad analysis, but losing because you didn't lock in what was already yours. And here's the truth no one tells you when you start trading isn't just about finding the right entry. Anyone with enough screen time can find an entry. The real game, the real challenge is in managing the exit. It's in knowing how to hold when you should hold and how to protect when it's time to protect. That's where traders fall apart. Not in spotting the trade, but in keeping the reward. You see, the market has a way of testing your discipline. It doesn't just ask, can you predict direction? It asks, can you secure profit when it's in front of you? Can you resist the greed that whispers, just a little more? Can you silence the fear that says, what if I'm leaving money on the table? Because every time you hesitate, every time you say, I'll give it more room, the market finds a way to punish you. And you're left with the same sinking feeling, the same frustration, the same sick thought. If only I had protected it when I had the chance. Think about how many times this has happened to you. You're up big on a trade. Your account is glowing. You're already imagining what that win will do for your confidence, for your balance, maybe even for your life. And then it slips. And you don't just lose money, you lose that feeling of control. You lose that sense of progress. You lose a little more belief in yourself. And that cycle is deadly. Because when you don't protect your profits, You start to chase. You try to force the next trade to make back what you should have kept. You revenge trade. You over-leverage. You let emotions dictate your decisions. And soon you're not trading a plan. You're gambling with your future. But it doesn't have to be this way. Imagine if every time you were in profit, you knew, without a doubt, that you were walking away with something. Imagine if instead of fear, you felt certainty. Imagine if instead of greed, you felt control. Imagine the relief of never again letting a winning trade turn into a loser. That's exactly what the one-point stop-loss rule gives you. It's not a complicated formula. It's not some secret strategy only the top 1% know. It's simple, it's powerful, and it puts you back in control. Because the moment you're up by a certain amount, you lock it in. You secure your profit with a stop-loss that follows the price. And that single shift, that single habit, changes everything. The market will always move the way it wants. Sometimes it'll keep running in your favor. Sometimes it'll reverse in an instant. You can't control that.
Nope,
But with the one-point stop-loss rule, you control what matters your profit. You make sure that when the market gives you money, you keep it. You stop letting green turn into red. You stop repeating the same painful cycle. You trade with discipline, and discipline is what makes winners. So here's the question: how many more times are you willing to watch profit disappear before you change the way you play this game? How many more gut punch losses do you need before you decide that enough is enough? Because the solution is here. It's simple, and once you apply it, you'll never trade the same way again. The first thing you need to understand is that trading is not about catching the biggest move on the chart. It's not about predicting the exact top or bottom. It's not about calling yourself a genius because you nailed an entry. Trading is about one thing and one thing only: keeping what the market gives you. Because the market is generous. Sometimes it hands you profit on a silver platter. But it's also cruel, and if you don't have the discipline to protect those gains, it will take them back without hesitation. That's why the one-point stop-loss rule exists. It's not designed to overnight. It's not a hack or a shortcut.
People invest in American battery right now.
Trade turned into a losing one. So what exactly is the one-point stop-loss rule? At its core, it's straightforward. Once your trade moves in your favor by about one full point, whether that's $1 in stock, 10 pips in forex, or 100 points in crypto, you immediately move your stop-loss to secure that profit. From that point on, no matter what the market does, you cannot lose in that trade. If the price keeps moving in your favor, your stop trails behind it, always 1 point behind. If the price reverses, your stop is hit, and you walk away with locked-in profit. It's like putting a safety net under your trade. You can climb higher and higher, and if you fall, you don't hit the ground. You land on the net and keep something for your effort. Now you might be thinking, that sounds too simple. How can 1 point make such a big difference? And that's the beauty of it. Simplicity in trading is powerful because complexity is where most traders fail. People overcomplicate their strategies, add dozens of indicators, and create rules so intricate they can't even follow them under pressure. But the one-point stop-loss rule is crystal clear. It doesn't matter if you're trading Apple stock, euro, or Bitcoin. The principle is the same. Once you're up, you lock it in. No hesitation, no excuses, no giving the market a chance to snatch it back.
Look at Polly, guys. Look at Polly.
Right now, every time you take a trade, you're carrying a burden.
Always,
Even when you're
always sell too early.
staring at the
I got my 3,000 share right there.
Fighting greed on one side and fear on the other. Should I take it now? What if it goes higher? What if it reverses? That mental tug of war is exhausting, and it often leads to bad decisions. Sometimes you hold too long and lose everything. Sometimes you close too early and miss the move. Either way, you're never fully at peace. But when you
That's so sweet, guy. For $1,
the pressure changes. You're no longer asking, will I lose this profit? Because you've already protected it. That thought alone transforms your trading psychology. It shifts you from fear and desperation to patience and control. You know that worst case scenario, you're walking away green. That certainty is worth more than the money itself. Because once you remove fear, you give yourself the ability to think clearly. You're no longer reacting emotionally. You're making decisions with logic and confidence. This is why I call it the easiest yet most powerful tool for profit protection. Because it doesn't require you to learn a new system, it doesn't force you to abandon your current strategy, and it doesn't demand advanced skills. All it requires is discipline. The discipline to say, once I'm up, I lock it in. It's a single adjustment that changes the entire game. Think of it like wearing a seatbelt. It doesn't stop you from driving fast. It doesn't limit your journey. But when something goes wrong, it saves you from disaster. And here's the thing, most traders underestimate how quickly profits can disappear. They think they'll always have time to react. But the market doesn't move slowly. It moves like lightning. A reversal can happen in seconds. News can break, liquidity can vanish, a big player can dump a position, and before you even click the mouse, your gain is gone. The 1-point stop-loss rule takes away that risk. It reacts for you. It protects you when you're not fast enough to protect yourself. It's like having a guard on duty at all times, making sure your profit never leaves unprotected. Now, I know some of you might be skeptical. You might be thinking, but what if I lock in 1 point and then the trade keeps running? Won't I miss out on bigger profits? And here's where most traders get it wrong. The 1-point stop-loss rule doesn't limit your upside. It secures your downside. If the trade keeps running, your stop-loss keeps moving. You still capture the bigger move. But if the trade reverses, you've locked in something. In other words, you get the best of both worlds. You're always guaranteed a win, and you still have unlimited potential for more. Let's be honest, trading is already hard enough. Why make it harder by letting greed sabotage you? Every time you give back profit, you're teaching your brain the wrong lesson. You're reinforcing bad habits. You're telling yourself it's okay to be careless, and that's why so many traders stay stuck in the cycle of hope and regret. But when you apply this rule, you flip that script. You teach your brain discipline. You create a habit of protecting what's yours. And over time, those consistent small wins build into big results. That's how professional traders grow accounts. By protecting first and letting growth happen naturally. Here's my promise to you as we go deeper into this video. I'm going to show you real examples of how this rule works in different markets. I'm going to break down trades in stocks, Forex, and crypto so you can see exactly how it protects profit in real time. I'm also going to walk you through the psychology behind it, why this simple habit has the power to rewire your brain, eliminate fear, and give you the confidence most traders never experience. Because once you understand the mechanics and the mindset, you'll realize this isn't just a trick, it's a foundation. It's the base layer of consistent trading success. I want you to imagine for a moment what your trading would feel like if you applied this starting today. No more watching green turn into red. No more regret-filled nights replaying what you should have done. No more roller coaster emotions. Just steady, consistent progress. Every time you step into the market, you know that if it goes your way, you'll walk away with something. That knowledge alone removes half the stress, and with less stress, you make better decisions. Better decisions lead to better results. It's a compounding effect, and it all begins with this one simple rule. The 1-point stop-loss rule is the difference between trading with fear and trading with confidence. It's the difference between gambling on hope and trading with discipline. It's the difference between staying stuck in the cycle of frustration and finally breaking into consistent growth. And here's the best part. It's not hard to apply. It doesn't require years of study or thousands of hours of screen time. It requires only one decision that from this moment forward, you will never again let the market take back profit you've already earned. By the end of this video, you're not just going to understand the 1-point stop-loss rule, you're going to feel it in your bones. You're going to see how it applies to your trades, how it reshapes your psychology, and how it transforms your results. And once you do, you'll realize that this simple habit is the missing piece that can take you from being a struggling trader to a confident one. Most traders don't blow up their accounts because they never win. They blow up their accounts because they win and then give it all back. It's the classic story. You enter a trade, you're in profit, and instead of taking what the market gave you, you hold. You tell yourself, just a little more, just one more candle, one more push. That tiny whisper of greed is what separates the winners from the losers. And here's the ugly truth. Greed almost always wins the argument. You see, the market has a way of feeding that greed. It gives you a little taste of profit, and you start imagining the possibilities. The $100 you just made suddenly looks like it could be 500, maybe even 1,000 if you just stay patient. Your brain starts projecting futures that don't exist yet, and in those daydreams, you're already spending money that isn't yours. That's where most traders fail, not on the entry.
That's crazy, Polly.
They enter like professionals but exit like gamblers. And then comes the pain. Because more often
Polly, I'm wrong all the time. Sell too early.
Hey traders, awesome to see you all here again. Thanks for joining. Just an important announcement, this stream here is delayed. If you want to get access to the live features, so the live stream, the live commentary, access.
Wait, Polly right here, look at Polly.
Discord room chat.
I sell too early.
That we have in the description.
I buy a lot, couple thousand sale right there,
I'd
Polly.
like to ask you all kindly to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you
Polly buy right there, sell right there, buy back.
See you guys out there. Thank you.
Buy all the way to 99 cents
Because every once in a while,
and sell it all the way down here.
Maybe once
Look.
or 10 times.
All the way down 130 right here.
And you book a bigger profit. That one time keeps you
That's
chasing.
crazy.
It keeps you hooked. It convinces you that maybe next time, if you just hold again, it'll work. But more often than not, it doesn't. The house
Right here,
is
Polly.
And in trading, the house is your undisciplined mind. Let's be brutally honest here. The reason most traders
Polly. Buy. All the way here. Buy.
You don't lose because you
99 cents right here, guy crazy.
strategy is broken. You lose because you
Buy the dip.
protect what you've already
Sell right here.
You refuse
Sell
to
right
fall
here.
down in the sand and say,
Sell all
"This
right
profit
here.
is mine. I will not
This is a good one. Wait and see right here. Set up right here, guy.
Without that discipline, you're not
You
trading.
jump in right here a little more.
And gambling is an
You buy
emotional
more
game.
right here.
1 second you're high.
You
on
sell
the
here.
of winning.
Pull back.
Next you're crushed by the despair.
You buy more right here. That's the way to trade,
Not only
okay?
your account balance, but also your psychology.
That's the way to trade right here, guy. Then sell all the way here.
You over leverage on bad
Waiting.
You revenge trade to make back what
Eh?
you lost.
That's it.
It becomes less about following
This is a good
and
setup.
more about chasing feelings. And the market punishes emotional
Wait and
trade
see
at the
right
same
here.
time. Hope is the silent
Wait and
killer.
see.
Hope whispers, it'll come back. Don't close yet.
Pull back.
Be patient. Hope
This is
the
the backside.
Or the signs. The reason you sit
Right
frozen
here.
while the profit drains away. But in trading,
Whoa.
hope is not a strategy.
Alright, I got to save this one.
Stuck in losing trades until it's too late. Professional traders don't hope.
Polly.
They plan. They prepare.
Polly number 2. Wait and see setup.
And they protect it like it's sacred. That's where discipline comes in. Discipline is the invisible wall between a profitable trader and a broke one.
That's
Discipline
crazy,
means you don't
guy.
negotiate with the market. You don't wait for it to take back what you already earned. You don't let emotions run your account. And this is why the 1-point stop loss rule matters so much, because it forces discipline on you. It takes away the option of, maybe I'll hold a little longer. It cuts through the noise of hope and greed with a simple, unbreakable line. Most traders lose without it because they're less defenseless. They're like soldiers on a battlefield with no armor, no shield. The market strikes, and they have nothing to
And
absorb.
over here, this one
They
here.
tell themselves they'll
He took the resistance right here.
close earlier next time.
Let
They'll
me
learn
see.
from this mistake.
That's right.
Concrete
That's
rules.
right. Resistance right
They
there.
repeat the same behavior again and again. And every repeat cuts their account smaller and
Right here,
smaller until it's
resistance.
gone. Here's the truth you need to hear. The difference between consistently profitable traders.
Took the resistance and started to go down.
It isn't indicators. It isn't luck. It's the discipline to protect profit. It's the ability to shut the door on emotions and say, enough. And that's exactly what the
All right.
stop loss rule gives you. A way to lock in gains before they vanish. A way to trade like a professional instead of a dreamer. Imagine
Alright, this one, if this one break right here, be careful.
And the market starts moving in your favor. At this point, most traders lean back and smile. They think, finally.
If it breaks 6.99, 7.99, be
This is where the
careful.
real game begins. Because entering a
Right
trade,
here, be careful.
protecting your profit is where 90% of traders fail. That's why the 1-point stop loss rule is so powerful. It gives you a simple.
Right here, very important
Make
right
sure
here.
the market can't take back what it just
If it
made.
break right here, you see the moon.
Step by step.
Right here and right here.
Step 1, your entry. You've spotted your setup, whether it's a breakout, a trend continuation, or a clean reversal. You place your trade at, let's say, 100. At this point, your stop loss is below your entry, protecting you from a complete reversal. For example, maybe your stop is at 99 to 50. So right now, if the trade goes against you, you'll lose 50 cents per share. Simple, straightforward. Step 2, the move. Price begins to climb. You're now at 103 feet. The 100.75 and then it touches 101. That's the moment that changes everything. Because here's the rule: once your trade is up by 1 full point, you immediately move your stop loss, not to break even, not to just below entry, but to 1 point above entry. In other words, your stop loss now locks in 101. If the market suddenly reverses, you don't just protect your capital, you walk away with profit guaranteed. You've made yourself bulletproof. Let's put it in numbers. Entry at 100, stop at 99.50. Market moves to 101. You trail your stop up to 101. That means even if the market collapses right now, worst case scenario, you still exit with 100 profit per share. No stress, no regret, no emotional begging. The win is yours, period. Step 3, letting the trend do the work. The beauty of this rule is that it doesn't cut off your upside. If the market keeps running to 102, 104, your stop doesn't stay frozen. You trail it higher and higher. So maybe when the price hits 102, you move your stop to 102. When it hits 103, you move your stop to 103. Each time the market gives you more, you secure more. You're building a staircase of guaranteed profits, one level at a time. Now let's talk about scenarios, because this is where traders either master the rule or abandon it too soon. Scenario 1, sideways market. You enter at 100, the price moves up to 101, you shift your stop to 101. But then the market chops around.
See, when the market go down, you have to wait and see. When it go down, that means, okay.
Dollar gain and walked away green, while everyone else who held on without protection gave their profit back to the chop. That's the point. This rule is designed to win in the ugliest conditions.
When it down,
Scenario 2, trending market. You enter at 100, it moves cleanly to 105. Each point higher, you trail your stop 1 point higher. So by the time it's at 105, your stop is at
do not up.
No matter what happens, you're capturing the full move. If the trend keeps running, you ride it with zero fear. If it reverses, you cash out at the top of the move. That's how professionals stay calm in trending environments. They're not hoping, they're locking. Scenario 3, sudden reversal. This is where the rule really proves its power. Imagine you're in at 100, it moves to
That's what you think.
lock your stop at 100.
When it go down, you think it go up, okay? So when it down, it down.
Most traders panic, freeze, or take massive losses. You exit at 101 with profit already banked. No stress, no drama. That's the difference between surviving the markets and being crushed by them. This is the genius of the one.
Look, it go back up right now, see.
It transforms you from a hopeful gambler into a disciplined risk taker.
When it down, it's
You're
down.
no longer asking, will I win or lose? You're asking, how much of this win will I keep? That single shift in mindset changes everything. Now, let's address the psychology behind it, because this is where traders struggle. At first, moving your stop to lock in profit feels counterintuitive. Your brain whispers, but what if it comes back down, stops me out, and then runs even higher? Won't I miss out? Yes, sometimes that will happen. Sometimes you'll be stopped out at +1, and the market will keep going without you. But here's the truth, missing out on additional gains is never as painful as watching profits vanish into losses. Regret from lost profits is sharp, but regret from avoidable losses is devastating. This rule exists to save you from that devastation. Think of it this way. Trading isn't about catching every last cent of every move. It's about staying alive, compounding steadily, and avoiding the emotional roller coaster. By locking profit at +1, you build confidence, discipline, and most importantly, consistency. And consistency is the only path to long-term success. Picture it like building a wall. Every time you lock in that +1, you're adding a brick to your fortress. Some days it's 1 brick, some days it's 10. But the wall grows stronger. Without this rule, you're not building a wall. You're stacking cards in the wind, and eventually it all blows away. Now, let's zoom out and see what this looks like over multiple trades. Imagine you take 10 trades. 7 of them hit +1 point, and you're stopped out at small but guaranteed profits. 2 of them trend massively, giving you 5, 6, maybe even 10 points. 1 trade reverses instantly, and you scratch with nothing. Add that up, and you're ahead. Steadily,
Look at it open.
without emotional chaos. That's the
Oh, but not going down, guys.
It's
Look at
crystal
it.
clear. Imagine a candlestick chart with your entry market at 100, price climbs in stair-step fashion of 1 to 1 to 1 to 2, 103. Each level your stop trails higher to 101, then 102, then 103. Finally, the market.
All right, 12 right, not gonna break out yet.
You exit right there at the top of the move, not the bottom. You walk away smiling, while others ride the dip back to 100 and scratch their heads wondering what went wrong. This isn't about being smarter. It's about being prepared. It's about refusing to let the market.
12 right, being a ball plus.
Point stop loss rule puts you in control, not the other way around. And here's the part most traders don't realize. This isn't just a tool for profit protection. It's a tool for emotional protection. When you know you can't lose after being up 1 point, you trade with calmness. You're not sweating every tick. You're not glued to the screen in panic. You can let the trade breathe because no matter what, you're safe. That mental freedom alone is worth everything. So step by step, here's the process burned into your mind. Enter the trade with a clear setup. Once it moves 1 point in your favor, move your stop to fly 1 point above your entry. Keep trailing as the price advances. Protect the
Bitcoin
price,
coming up.
climb the staircase, and let the market do the heavy lifting. sideways, trending, or reversing your cover. And over time, this habit turns you from a reckless dreamer into a disciplined professional. Trading is often described as a game of numbers, charts, and strategies. But the deeper you go, the more you realize it's really a game of psychology. It doesn't matter whether you're trading stocks, forex, or crypto. The market finds a way to test your emotions in the exact same way. One day it feeds your confidence with quick profits. The next day it crushes your hopes by taking it all back. That cycle of greed and regret is universal across every ticker, every chart, every time zone. And that's exactly why the one-point stop-loss rule is so powerful. It doesn't care if you're trading Tesla, EUR, USD, or Bitcoin. The rule protects you everywhere. Let's walk through what this looks like across the major markets, and you'll see just how universal in life change really is. Imagine you're trading.
Poly
You've
collapse.
been watching the chart all morning, waiting for the breakout. The stock has been consolidating around
Poly collapse.
You finally see the volume surge, the breakout candle forms, and you're in. Entry at 250. The adrenaline kicks in immediately.
Right, wait and see.
Nothing happens. The price wobbles around your entry, and you feel that old familiar fear creeping in. What if this points the other way? What if I'm wrong?
When it go down, it's down.
Tesla jumps to about 250, 240, 100, 250, 145. Relief washes over you. You were right. The market's moving in your favor. Most traders stop thinking about it. They get hypnotized by the numbers on their screen. They start calculating what their profit would look like if Tesla runs to 255, maybe even 260. They're already spending the money.
All right, that's it. Bye-bye, guys.
Telling their friends about the perfect trade. And that's when the market